inspiration boards where people collect ideas for their decor, but how do you do them the right way? Kimberly is back with us. You've got some tips to help us out because we want these to actually work for your space.
Right, and I think what's happening now is we're all having fun on Instagram and Pinterest, right. And so you see a lot of people doing these flat lays, so they come up with this beautiful setting. You've got wallpaper, you've got carpet, you've got fabric, you've got little objet, and then you post it and you're like, dream room. And then, right, we all do it, right? And then, but what I want to point out about this scenario, in this scenario, this leather piece you see here represents the sofa.
Look at that teeny tiny little tile.
Tiny. What you need to be aware of is when you actually put that leather on the sofa, it's huge. It's a huge sectional. And so all these other things need to be looked at in scale. So that's one of the issues with thinking about it. Think about scale. When we work with clients, we don't do a board or vision board or anything like that.
Okay.
We bulldog the fabrics together, and that allows me to take them apart and say, you know, this fabric that you love and this fabric that you love, they're great. But remember, this is going to be the sofa, and this is going to be a teeny tiny little pillow. So view them in the proper scale when you're looking at them.
You can reflect that, or else when you actually get into your real space and this takes over everything.
You go, I didn't think it was going to be so brown.
Yes,
right?
And then all of a sudden you got a brown room, and that's not what you expected.
That's not what you had in mind at all.
Okay.
So another exercise you hear designers recommend all the time is you should pull some inspiration photos, and then your spouse or your partner should also pull inspiration photos. And what you often find or split personality. This is his side. He wants it to be like a navy suit. He's comfortable with browns and blues. He's got it dark, and all the men are going, yeah, of course, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So he's got a dark gray leather here. We've got a dark wood. His mother sells antiques, and he's collected some things that are antique and beautiful. They're all beautiful, but you can tell the people laughing are the people who don't, that's not their groove.
They don't want that.
They're more like this half of the wall, white and bright and light.
Fresh.
Black and white, modern, a little groovy wallpaper, and this awesome tile that you see here.
Oh, actually, I really like this because I'm on her side. Even if it's a her and a her, or a him or a him, what you'll find is that people have different decor styles. It happens all the time. In my house, I always win, and I like that.
Yeah, of course. That's how it should be, right?
I really like that.
Now, the thing is this marriage doomed? Right?
I hope not.
No,
Can you help them out?
Yes. So what I always recommend to people is let's look for common denominators. She says, you know what? I don't dislike leather, but what if we had a light colored leather instead of a dark leather? And then he gets his leather, she gets her light color.
Right.
And she says, I never thought of a men's suiting fabric before as an idea, but what if we did a sofa in that? That feels like a men's suit. Great. He says, that's awesome. That works for me. So together you kind of build out something that satisfies both of you using things that you already have together. And then I want to show you some real life examples of some compromises and a marriage that was saved by hiring a designer.
So you're a family therapist as well as a designer.
Pretty much, yeah.
So let's look at compromise number one. And this, like, I love this space. You put together both the ideas.
Yes. So now here's her tile, but his navy blue.
Oh,
right?
That's so nice.
Easy breezy. That made everybody happy. Some modern artwork, some more traditional sofa, etc. That works really well. In the next image, you're going to see the kitchen. It's light and bright and airy, but you can see a big piece of wood there in the island. Okay, let's do some dark wood. I can live with that. I want a bit of that wallpaper. You didn't love this wallpaper. It was too much for you, but just enough in the butler's pantry is kind of great, right?
The next shot we have is looks like an office space.
It's an office space. Again, here's a lot of wood and just a little bit of bling representing that like wallpaper that you kind of want to have a little bit. So there are ways to compromise, and another way to compromise is to divide spaces. So in this example of the dining room, it's her room. It's black and white, and there's blue in the artwork, and that's just her space.
That's nice.
But in the family room, it's dark gray leather, very chunky textures. That's his space. So that's another way to do it. Either agree to share common denominators and merge styles, or take separate spaces.
Get in the basement.
Get in the basement.
It's all for you, honey.
That's it.
Look at all your sports paraphernalias up. Have fun down there.
Aren't we kind? Who wouldn't want to be married to us?
I know, right?
Really, who wouldn't
so
want to be
understanding.